Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to give you my predictions for the co and the main event for UFCLive. It's going to be Mac Danzig versus Matt Wiman in the co-main event, and of course the fight we're all looking forward to, the reason why we're all watching this event in the first place, is Dominic the Dominator Cruz against Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. But first, Danzig and Wiman. Okay, so basically what we have here is two very different fighters. Matt Wiman, he's very well rounded and has looked extremely impressive in his last few fights, whether in defeat or in victory. As for Mac Danzig, he's got a little bit more pressure on him, being that he has to pretty much, hit a home run, as the old cliche goes, from this point on. I mean, no more no more decisions or anything like that. He has to end the fight either with an impressive knockout or an impressive submission. And he is capable of doing that, and he could do that in this fight. But the only problem is he's facing a guy who has a durable chin and who is very athletic and whose wrestling is very, very good. So, how can this fight possibly play out? Here's how it goes. Mac Danzig, what he's going to try to do is he's going to try to get this fight to the ground as soon as he can. Because he knows that if this fight stays standing up, Matt Wiman is going to put him through hell. Because Matt Wiman has flying knees, he has good combinations with his punches, and he has some good kicks as well. Mac Danzig hardly uses any kicks. He mostly just relies on pure boxing. And, when you look at it in MMA, you have to combine everything together. So if this fight does stay standing, I do say that Mac Danzig will be in trouble. Now, one thing I will say, if Mac Danzig does get Matt Wiman to the ground, that might be his only way he could win this fight, because Matt Wiman is not very good off of his back. I've never seen him submit any guys off his back. So, he's pretty much screwed if he gets on his back. So, Mac Danzig, he's gonna try and close the distance and clinch up with Matt Wiman a lot, and possibly look to take the fight down to the floor and keep Matt Wiman there, which is very possible. Now, Matt Wiman, on the other hand, does have good takedown defense. So, that's going to be a lot easier said than done for Mr. Danzig. Now, also, Matt Wiman, does move around very, very well. And like I said, he does have some good kicks, whether it's leg kicks or head kicks. And like I said, he can launch that flying knee at you at any moment of the fight. And he's also got some very good combinations with his punches. So I think, what Mac Danzig is going to try and do if the fight does stay standing is he's going to try to just be the counter fighter, because he cannot trade strikes with Mac Danzig, because he's going to lose. He's just going to get outpointed and he's going to lose. So basically, what Danzig needs to do is he needs to counter Wiman and close the distance and, clinch up with him and try to get the fight down to the mat. That's the only thing I suggest for Danzig. As far as Matt Wyman is concerned, I mean, standing up, he needs to, he probably needs to stay in the center of the octagon and, just basically try to pick Danzig apart, with the kicks and the punches. And, basically, if he can, if the fight does get too out of hand and Mac Danzig does start to counter, he probably needs to take this fight to the mat himself, which he is very good at doing. And he's very good in the guard as well. So if Mac Danzig thinks that, he's going to, put him in danger if he gets him in his guard, then he's sadly mistaken, because, he was beating up Cole Miller in Cole Miller's guard. So, I'm just saying. But I think what's going to end up happening is I think Mac Danzig is going to expand all of his energy trying to take Matt Wyman down, because he's getting tore up standing up. And I just think that Matt Wyman is just going to have his way with him, standing up. And I think what may end up happening is he may end up catching Danzig and possibly what was I about to say? He'll end up catching Danzig and possibly finish him. I think, I was going to go with the decision here, but I'm going to go with a finish. I think Mac Danzig can finish Mac Danzig. Well, you know what? Nah. Mac Danzig's got a pretty good chin himself. The Josh Neer fight, I just thought about it. The Josh Neer fight, yeah, never mind. I'll stick with the decision, because Mac Danzig does have a really good chin. I was trying to think of, if he's ever been knocked out before, and he's never been knocked out. So basically, we're dealing with two guys that both have durable chins. So I think this fight is going to go to a decision. I'm going to pick Matt Wyman to get it. Like I said, this fight is going to be very close. Like I said, if Matt Wyman can counter and catch Wyman on the button repeatedly, I think that's going to score for him. I don't think he'll knock Wyman out, but I think that'll definitely score for him, landing the counter strikes. And, like I said, he's going to attempt that takedown, but like I said, Matt Wyman's takedown defense is very, very solid. And, so I'm going to pick Matt Wyman by decision. Plain and simple. So, there you go. Let's see. Next, we have the main event of the evening for the UFC Bantamweight Championship of the world. It's going to be the Dominator Cruz, against Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. Okay, basically, this is going to be another close fight to call, being that both guys have unlimited conditioning, very fast, and, and basically can wear you out. I mean, what do you want to say? Dominic Cruz, he's like a little pogo stick in there. He just will just bounce around all day long, just shucking and jiving, and he'll be punching you and kicking you, or either trying to take you down, all at the same time. I mean, the beautiful thing about watching Dominic Cruz fight is just how he's able to make everything just flow. How he's able to combine the punches and the kicks and the takedowns, how he's able to just let it all flow at once. That is the beautiful thing about watching Dominic Cruz. Now, as far as Demetrius Johnson goes, I really haven't got a chance to watch him too much. I know his last couple of fights I've seen, the one with Miguel Torres and the other with Kid Yamamoto. So yeah, but from what I've seen from Demetrius Johnson, it's been very impressive. You know, he's very fast. You know, has some really good strikes. Very good wrestler. You know, very good at getting out of submissions. Has very good submission defense. You know, can control you, and he can wear you out. You know, but I think what's going to happen in this fight, in order for him to win the title from Cruz, I think he's going to have to, you know, try to match Cruz's speed, if that's possible. You know, he's going to have to find a way to get a hold of that pogo stick and, you know, take him down and control him. Because Dominic Cruz is good at scrambling and getting back to his feet, as we saw in the Uriah Faber fight. So yeah, if he can find a way to match that speed with Cruz and possibly try to, you know, take him down and keep him there, you know, we could be looking at a new champion. But ultimately, what I see happening is I think Dominic Cruz is just going to be a little bit too fast for Demetrius Johnson. Because like I said, that dude just is like a pogo stick, man. That guy will have you hypnotized almost. You know, just have you dizzy from watching him bounce around and, you know, punching and kicking you and, you know, taking you down all in once, you know, and it's just so hard to deal with. And I know that Johnson is a pretty fast individual himself, but, you know, when you got the type of footwork that Cruz has got, and you know, and when you are the type of guy that can just make all of that flow, you know, putting footwork, punching, kicking, and takedowns all together, non-stop for 25 minutes, you know, how can you stop that? You know, for real. That's just basically trying to capture a cheetah, pretty much. Or, you know, basically trying to basically capture a tadpole. I mean, because they're constantly moving. You know, so, I mean, I don't know, man. I just don't know how Mighty Mouse is going to be able to deal with Dominic Cruz's, you know, his movement. It's not so much of the speed, it's just basically the movement along with the speed. Is how is Johnson going to handle that? You know? Because Dominic Cruz, I think, you know, he could take Johnson down at will. I mean, no disrespect to Mighty Mouse, but like I said, he could, you know, with the way he's able to make all that stuff flow, man. I mean, he could dictate where this fight goes, pretty much. And I think that's what's going to end up happening. You know, if Dominic Cruz doesn't, you know, finish the fight early, like maybe in the third round or something, I could just see him basically, you know, just putting on a movement clinic, you know, on Mighty Mouse Johnson, and, you know, basically just wearing him out all 5 rounds and going to a decision. But who knows? I mean, Dominic Cruz could, you know, get his first knockout in the UFC as champion, or his first submission. I mean, who knows? But I just don't think that Johnson can stop that movement. I just don't think so. I mean, if he can, it'll surprise the hell out of me, you know, and if he does, great. I would love to see it happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm picking Cruz to retain his belt by decision, and that's that. So there you go. Mercifully, I have gotten through all of this card. Don't y'all miss it. It's going to be a good one this Saturday, 9 o'clock. Enjoy, and I'll see y'all around.